Calculators and today's interest rate, how much?
I know, especially when we have this like here, it's sad.
And I'm like, and I'm like, okay, we also got all these other.
Really well.
Like, oh, man. But I'm not trying not to be negative, Nancy, you know?
They're. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Two of those folks. Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
One that we just hired. Three months.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, the share you got it. I came and told me.
There's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, this one is.
Yeah, take your test.
On Zoom.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I see it. Why are they doing it? Doing all these? Oh, really? Oh, that's cool, I guess. So then you're being things up to your.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, this is
And I feel like. This.
Get up and yell.
So I was looking at it.
Actually, he says. I'm going to do I'm just like, and that's when I said. That's why I don't want it. During the meeting. It's one of those. I think so, yeah, I figured out. If it was 1.5, I took down to 12. It's a sure said that it would not create a deal. So 2,000. Yeah. I swear to God, I thought it was like, yes, I'm like, it's not a chance. Like, I'll never do that. I'm like, everything we make. Yeah. Value. Let's see. We were thinking about that too, in the office space.
Yeah. It's so many people. Yeah.
Maybe I. Probably I say something, so you had things.
Yes.
Homeowners, probably. So maybe it's a little less. How much? I know, right? Oh, wow.
That's good.
66. So. I like travel. I like the
That's what we
answer.
do. It's pretty rough concept.
I mean, I get it, it's great, it's beautiful, I get that you have. All dreams of one day, and I'm like. Years ago, and today, we haven't opened business. Person. Like, you're never gonna, this is when I look at it, you're gonna think, okay, let's go to that. This time, so everything's timing, I get it. It's just a lot of us. I'm like, don't put it on, so you didn't say that's why I did it like that. So, like, I can deal with Amanda. Yeah. So, yeah, just to get one.
Yeah, that's what.
Do you think we're gonna inject the camera on this channel?
We're just, I have to look at plan. Okay, your business.
She's got.
Okay, you know, counts on it. Very simple.
No, of course,
There's a lot of bad angles. There's not really good angles.
What's the day? It's right.
it's like, can you just be watching somewhere else?
Yeah, short sale, so we're gonna.
Yeah.
They're hard to find, that's what I'm looking at.
Some big cash buyers. That's
It took me like 2 years.
Oh, really?
I was just lying it.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we
Very good.
because that one is good job too.
Well, okay, we're good to go. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Inspirata Community Association Board Meeting for July 15, 2025. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We do have an establishment of a quorum. The meeting itself is being live streamed to YouTube for resident participation. For anybody who's online, hello, welcome. Action may be taken on any item listed on the agenda in the event of the proposals bids opened at this meeting. Require any additional review or information, this meeting will be recessed to a specific date and time. We do have open sealed bids for agenda items this evening, which are the holiday decorations for the master and the benefited areas. We also have sealed bids on the agenda for painting of the streetlights, gates, and fences for all benefited service areas. So Elijah and team will be working through those and putting all the information together for the board for a decision hopefully to be made or direction given to the staff to look into further and provide more information later on the agenda itself. I did want to start by just saying that I wanted to take the opportunity to thank Shani Fazzi for everything that she has done for our community. This is her last meeting. She will be moving on to be a community manager here in the Valley itself. So we are super appreciative of all you've done for this community. And her last day is tomorrow, so you can have a chance to still see her tomorrow if you'd like from there. And then I did also want to welcome Michaela Grossman, who is our new assistant community manager, who has started with us. That'll be taking over for Shani. She comes from Red Rock Country Club, where she held the same position. So we're excited to have her on board as well. Additionally, we have all of our other managers here with us this evening that will be giving the reports as they normally do when it gets to that moment in time. So first first thing off the bat, we have the opening homeowner forum. Jeff, do we have anybody online? This is for agenda items, so limited in-person homeowner attendance at the meeting is available. This meeting will be live streamed online and a link will be provided for all homeowner registrants to participate virtually by submitting comments that can be read aloud on their behalf during the opening and closing of the homeowner forums. Comments can be submitted using a web form that will be provided to all participants at the start of the meeting. And this meeting will be recorded and posted online shortly after the meeting. We did not receive any comments prior to the meeting that were relevant to the agenda items. The comments will be spoken about later on in the second homeowner forum. Jeff, or do we have anybody who has any comments by chance for the agenda items specifically?
No comments.
No comments, okay. Anybody who's here in attendance that would like to speak in regards to any of the agenda items that are listed to start? Okay. Well, thank you very much. With that being said, we'll move on to the action items themselves. So the very first action item is review and approve items approved by unanimous consent. The board has taken the following unanimous consent action since the last meeting. They approved the purchase of a replacement vehicle for community standards in the amount of $30,370.62. Approved purchase of streetlight poles for a total amount of $10,883.17. Approval of the Henderson 18 easement agreement. Approval of the Tri-Point deeds and approval of the Lennar Lucere CCNRs. Staff recommends acknowledgement. Do I have a motion to acknowledge? Thank you.
I second.
Thank you. I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Motion is acknowledged. Next is the approval of the regular session meeting minutes. The board will consider action to approve the minutes of the last board of directors regular session meeting held on April 15, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of April 15, 2025? Motion. Zach, thank you. Thank you, Anna. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? With that, unanimously approved. The next is the review and acceptance of the financial statements. The board will consider action to approve the association's monthly financial statements for the period of March 2025, April 2025, and May 2025, subject to audit. Do I have a motion to approve subject to audit? Motion.
Second.
I have a first, I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next, we have the management and committee reports and the city of Henderson updates. I'll just speak to that for just a moment. Previously, the city of Henderson update that we received would be something where we stood up and we would read off the document that was provided to us by Councilwoman Monica Larson. We've upgraded our what we have from her. So what we do have now is we have the document that we normally have that we post on the website. Additionally, we also as well have a map that plots out the items that are on the updates so that you can actually see the areas which they're relating to. And then additionally, she was very kind in wanting to do a video where she's actually going to speak to the updates. So we won't sit here and read off everything that's on the page. She has a video that she'd like to have on behalf of the board and the homeowners. So we will go ahead and play that. new home closings. As of May 31st. As of May 31st, 2025, there were 6,855 units paying assessments. This number includes homes in 9 benefited areas that are fully built out, as well as 1,540 city homes. KB home closings for the quarter were 123. Now we're gonna go to the facility department updates. Elijah Vaca will give his verbal report for the month or for the quarter.
Good evening, folks.
Buried under all the bids.
Yeah, sorry. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna start off with the master amenities maintenance, sidewalk and concrete repairs. We had a sidewalk repair, that was done by MK House at the 3180 Romanes Art Avenue. The repair of the sidewalk was panels, it was raised panels, and it was in front of the wall, right in front of the city, sir. We also had the Salisa Pavilion concrete repairs that were done on the concrete slabs along 3 retaining walls there. We had lighting. Next one is lighting and technology update. Fontana Walk, we installed 12 solar powered bullet lights along Fontana Walk. There also was a Salisa Tower, the fiber optic installation that was done by Cox Communication. And right now we're in a phase of the last permit inspection. So we should have that wrapped up pretty soon. We had paper repairs that were done on Batista Lane, pretty much in pod 6-2. That was done by KB Homes. A lot of retrofitting of the steps there. There also was gate repairs and enhancements. So Park Gated Community, the pedestrian locks. We had a couple of about 6 locks that were non-ADA compliant, which we brought to ADA compliance. We have one right now that's outstanding, but we should have that fixed by the end of the week. We had gate closer replacements. These were identified at our last quarterly inspection. So there were 2 at Scala and 4 at Park Community. Scala Gated Community. There was a damage that was caused by a car that ran into the exit. Vehicle gate, it also damaged the gate and the pedestrian wall right next to the gate. That was on April 30th and it was repaired by May 31st. It's back to normal function. Sidewalk repairs we had at 25 on Birch Hollow inside the Altera Gate community. There's a lifted sidewalk, which was repaired by MK House. A couple of other projects, the pet station replacements that were done at Altera and Terraces. There was a total of 3 in Altera and 2 in Terraces. It just was this time to be replaced. Phone system replacements that were done at Terraces and Altera. They were done by EBI. Replaced the entry call boxes at Terraces and the entry systems at Pavilion in Quiet Pond and Altera. Streetlight repairs. City of Henderson repaired a total of, let's see there, repaired a total of 4 lights, street lights, and then there are 2 right now that are on their repair list. We also have one that was done in progress to be repaired. That was done in one of our service areas. So right now it's in progress to be repaired. Pool repairs and Southern Nevada health district appliances that we had to fulfill for Toll Brothers 5-2 and Toll Brothers Clubhouse Pool. There was at Toll Brothers 5-2, there was 2 main drain covers that were replaced, and at the Toll Brothers Clubhouse, there was an equalizer line that was eliminated, and the stabilization of a couple of fence posts that were around the pool. The reinspection passed on May 16th, 2025. The master landscape update, we had a landscape turnover from KB Homes in Town Center 1 and the median. We also have one in pod 5-3, pod 6-5, and via Inspirata and via Napoleon. The streetscape medians there. We also had additional landscaping. There was a tree and plant replacement on via Inspirata and Volunteer. Removed about 6 plants in the city of Henderson Trail project they're going to be doing along via Inspirata. Let's see, there's a scope, tree removal that was done in our common areas. At the request of a resident due to health concerns, we replaced those trees and put in some uniform plantation plants that were there instead of the trees. We also had about 4 brand new dog waste stations that were installed in the new newly turned over landscaping that we did over in C5. The grass fertilization was done by Brightview. The irrigation scheduling timers were just aligned with SNWA's summer watering guidelines. And then the service area landscape update. We had a tree removal that we did in Altera. We also had the rock refresh in gated communities of Escala, Terraces, and Milano in the common areas. And that's it.
Thank you, Elijah. Appreciate it. Next up, Ernest Young with the Compliance Committee and Design Review Committee updates, sir.
All right, hello, everybody. Right now, our community standards, our community standards team is still fully staffed with myself. I have Sunshine, and we came in, we saw Jaden. He's our other member as well. So overall, for the last quarter, for standards, we sent out an average of 1,604 letters. That was through courtesy notices to hearing outcome letters. 413 of those letters were thank you notices. We send those out just to say, hey, we recognize that you took care of this. This is now officially closed. For our ARC, for our design, we averaged about 64 applications over the last quarter for a total of 192 approvals overall. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Next up, Tasha, Lifestyle Director with the Social Committee Lifestyle Update, please.
All right, good evening. Since the last board meeting in April, the city of Henderson treated the Inspirata community to a smooth jazz and soulful tunes of the Barbara Lincoln Quartet that took place on Friday, April 18th. The concert was free for anyone who wanted to attend. We held our community garage sale on April 26th. We had 83 registrations and we provided service trucks and we ran an ad in the Purdue Journal so people know where to go. And we also did a digital map, which the residents find really helpful. In May, we were excited to have a live concert by Milestone Straight Ahead Jazz Band. The band was so good and enjoyed the residents. They are hosting another one this fall. So we're putting information in the newsletter regarding that free concert coming up. We have one of our most popular game nights, Music Bingo, for residents of all ages. We work with Robot Brain Trivia. They're one of our favorite hosts. This event continues to be well attended, and we just had another one last Friday, which was also a big success. The Nevada Shakespeare Theater in the city of Henderson brought the comedy of errors play to the Inspirata community. It was a fast-paced, hilarious tale of mistaken identity, and it was a lot of fun. The performance was originally scheduled for Saturday, May 3rd, but due to the inclement weather, we changed it to Tuesday, May 20th. And surprisingly, for a Tuesday event, it turned out that we well attended. To honor the courageous service members who sacrificed their lives while serving the United States and the United States Armed Forces, veteran and Inspirata resident Harold Freeman held a Veterans Day ceremony, Memorial Day ceremony at the flagpole in the pavilion. He was joined by fellow residents as well as Councilwoman Monica Larson. We appreciate Mr. Harold for everything he does for our community and for our service members. We also held our annual spring movie night in Salisa Park. This year, due to the restriction by the city of Henderson, we were unable to hold it on the baseball field at Aventura. They no longer allow events on the baseball field due to the maintenance required for the fields. But it was still a successful event. It was sponsored by Embellish Fudge and Gifts, who also joined us for the event. Our partner sponsors, WRSSR and community partner John Grove, who provided free samples. We also had a Moana theme. The movie show was Moana, so we had a Moana theme scavenger hunt. That was really fun. And then in June, last month, we held our second resident meet and greet on June 13th, which residents had the opportunity to meet Damon, our new executive director. There was a brief presentation and resident testimonials, Q&A, and a little mingling at the end. We also held one of our Popular Game Nights trivia on June 20th. We continue to partner with Henderson Libraries to host Mommy and Me reading times. These events continue to be very popular among our little 5 and under residents and their parents. And in honor of National Bomb Pop Day, we held our annual Bomb Pop giveaway. That was really fun. This year, we also included a photo booth with a rocking party, so you can take a picture with your popsicle. We also gave our community website a fresh new look. You probably noticed if you've been on the inspirataca.org lately. The new features include a user-friendly layout, quick links for easy access, and a check availability feature for rental reservations. Kicking off this month, we kicked it off with a music bingo. Like I said, this Friday is lots of fun. We had a lot of winners. As far as reoccurring events and programming, we held our monthly Food Truck Friday. The last one was April 25th, and due to the heat, we don't have them in the summertime, but we still utilize some of our food trucks for events that we may have in the summertime. Fresh 52 farmers markets continue to be popular. They're on every first and third Saturday. Right now, they're operating on the Sunday hours of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we continue to have our Red Cross blood drives and our Vitality Blood Services blood drives. Vitality is once a month, and Red Cross is bi-monthly. Here's a brief preview of what's to come. We are hosting another Mommy and Me reading session on Wednesday, July 30th from 10 a.m. to 11 at the Salisa Clubhouse. Coming up in August, we are hosting the annual National Night Out in partnership with our local law enforcement agency. This year's event will also include a dunk tank, and our executive director has graciously agreed to get into it.
Voluntold.
We're also going for another award this year. We won an award in 2023, so we're going for another award this year. We'll also be celebrating the grand opening of our 7th park. We hope you'll join us in the city of Henderson on Monday, September 22nd at 9 a.m. for the grand opening of Centero Park. It's located at 2663 via Napoleon. And today we launched our virtual food drive in partnership with 3 Square Food Drive. To join us and support the missions to end hunger in Southern Nevada, if you'd like to donate, there's a flyer on the desk out front. You just scan the QR code and give whatever you like to help with that mission. The Lifestyle team continues to work with the social committee to plan fun and exciting events for everyone in the community to enjoy. And be sure to check out the weekly e-newsletter Inspirata View to stay up to date on everything that's happening in and around the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Tasha, appreciate it. And for her last report here,
That's always.
Shawnee will for the Community Enhancements Committee.
Oh.
No, Service Area Committee reports. So, please.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. The Community Enhancements Committee did not meet the second quarter due to lack of a quorum. The next CEC meeting is scheduled for August 6th, and we are still actively looking for volunteers to join the committee. So if you're interested, reach out to Michaela. For the service areas, the park and estate service areas committees met on May 19th. The Milano and Escala service area committees met on May 20th. The Porta de Ferro and Toll Brothers service areas did not meet last quarter due to lack of a quorum. And Terraces service area committee met on May 28th. All service area committees are scheduled to meet again in the second week of August for the third quarter.
Thank you, Shannon. I just want to take the opportunity. This is my first board meeting that I'm running on behalf of the association. And I can tell you for the better part of the 3.5 months that I've been here, every one of the department heads and managers have done a phenomenal job in the reports that they've given to you and the thoroughness of the work that they do and the amount of work that's not even listed on their reports that they do is just quite amazing. So thank you for all the hard work that you guys put in quarter to quarter from meeting to meeting. So thank you, appreciate it very much. Moving on to our action items, next is the review and approval items, which is acknowledgement of the investments. The board will consider action to accept investments which Zach, the treasurer, is initiated to remain within FDIC insured limits per the association investment policy. We're looking to acknowledge the second quarter 2025 reinvestments. Do I have a motion to acknowledge?
Second.
I have a first, I have a second. All in favor? Any opposed? No. Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Next is the Via Inspirada Median and Streetscapes Amendment 4. The board will consider approving Amendment 4 to the Brightview Landscape Maintenance Contract. This amendment adds new service areas, specific portions of Via Inspirada, Via Da Vinci, Via Firenze, and Volunteer Boulevard for landscaping as detailed in the May 15th, 2024 City of Henderson's revocable permit and covenant. The Inspirada Community Association is responsible for maintaining these improvements. The amendment is effective May 8th, 2025, and includes an annual service rate of $1,099 for these new areas. The staff recommends approval. The maps were provided with all of the information associated with the quote itself. The amendment will add master operating $1,099 annually as to the budget as of May 8th, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve this quote?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Paul.
Second.
Second. Thank you. I have a first and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Zach.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Steven? Okay, sorry. I didn't know who won that battle.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that passed unanimously. Thank you. The next agenda item is additional phases and newly developed areas amendment number 5. The Inspirada Community Association entered into a maintenance agreement with Brightview Landscaping Services on April 1st, 2024. The parties now wish to amend the agreement to include additional landscaping maintenance for newly developed areas totaling 340,498 square feet. This amendment, effective May 1st, 2025, adds Exhibit A to the original agreement outlining the scope and cost of the additional services. Maps were included in addition to the quote itself. Staff recommends approval. The additional maintenance costs are $6,299.21 per month, totaling $75,590.52 annually. This cost is based on a rate of about two pennies per square foot for the newly added 340,498 square feet of landscape. Do I have a motion to approve this quote?
I have a motion to approve.
Thank you, Paul. A second first. Zach, I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Deep breath. Okay, now we go. Landscape irrigation polyline replacement. Background to the polyline replacement. Since last year, staff has been working with Brightview Landscape Services to address persistent irrigation issues in Pod 1, particularly throughout Pod 1-2. These issues stem from multiple irrigation leaks that have been ongoing for several years, as confirmed by Brightview's former senior account manager. Pod 1 is one of the earliest developed areas in Inspirada, and the aging irrigation infrastructure has led to frequent breaks and inefficiencies. After assessing the most problematic areas, Brightview has proposed a phased retrofit of the irrigation system in the worst affected sections. The proposals include replacing deteriorated 3/4 inch poly lines, 1/4 inch tubing, and installing new 1-inch valves, pressure regulators, and Y filters. The work will be performed in 3 key areas. All of this information has been provided to the board with maps. Via Como and via Surinova, 26 valve stations. This one proposal is $64,595.55. The scope of work is full replacement of the poly lines and tubing, and installation of the new valves and emitters, and restoration of decorative rock. The second portion of the work is Via Ferenz volunteer to Via Festiva to Delterra. 44 valve stations. Proposal is for $109,315.55. Similar retrofit work is described above, covering a larger area with more stations. The third area is Via Ferenz from Javonda Avenue to Delterra, which is 15 valve stations. The proposal is for $37,266.67. The scope is the retrofit of irrigation lines and components and medians along this stretch of Via Ferenz. The staff recommends approval of the irrigation retrofit proposals, Pod 1-2 to 1-2 submitted by Brightview Landscape Services. These upgrades are essential to reduce the water waste, prevent further damage, and ensure efficient irrigation ahead of seasonal planting. All maps were provided for this. This is a reserve expenditure that is funded for $300,000. All total, it is $211,177.77. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Steve.
Second.
Thank you, Derek. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is the interactive event production vendor for Fall Fest. Included, and I will speak to the background, but included is a presentation that was done by Tasha, so thank you very much for putting all of that together. The Inspirata Community Association Lifestyle Team is planning the annual Fall Festival at Aventura Park for approximately 3,000 attendees, scheduled for October 25th, 2025, from 2 to 6 o'clock. The theme is Fall Fest Field Day. Say that 5 times in a row. To create an engaging experience, the team proposes partnering with Mega Entertainment Interactive Event Productions. This vendor specializes in field day event packages and offers a comprehensive array of interactive games, activities suitable for all ages, which will utilize 2 of the athletic fields at Aventura Park. The estimated cost for their services is $28,248.25. The budget impact, the expense estimate for Mega Entertainment Interactive Event Production Services totals $28,248.25. The event budget is set at $30,000 with an anticipation of approximately $5,000 in sponsorship. So the ask of the board for approval is just strictly in this particular case, using one vendor, unlike other occasions where we've used several vendors, we still will stay below budget in this. So do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Stephen.
Second.
To a second, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Great job, Todd, for putting that together. The next agenda item we have is a proposal to implement call recording feature via Duke Discover for Cox Communications. We currently use Cox Communications at this time for all of our telephone services. The board will consider implementing a call recording feature on the HOA phone lines using Duber, a service integrated with Cox Communications. This feature is intended to enhance customer service and ensure quality assurance. Duber offers automatic call recording, AI-powered insights such as sentiment analysis and transcription, and enterprise-grade compliance with no storage or usage limits. The service is scalable and it starts at $14.95 per user per month. To maximize impact while managing costs, staff evaluated 2 options. Option 1 is implement on 5 key phone lines, which is the front desk, resident services, and community standards, which will receive the highest call volume. Option 2 would be implementing on all 14 HOA phone lines. The budget impact is $74.75 per month, or $897 annually for option 1. Option 2 would be 14 lines at $209.30 per month, or $2,511.60 annually. Staff recommends approval of the implementation of the Dubers call recording service for the 5 key phone lines to ensure the most critical departments are covered while maintaining cost efficiency. So 5 lines, which would be $74.75 per month. Do I have a motion to approve? And would it be for 5 lines or for 14 lines? Our recommendation is 5.
And when would this be implemented?
How quick,
I think
Sean?
they would be.
I think they can implement this almost immediately.
So moved for 5 lines.
5 lines.
Second.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Zach. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. The next agenda item is adoption of the reserve study financial update. The board in April tasked the management to do an annual, which is budgeted for reserve study for all areas, master and benefited areas. The reserve study financial update for 2026 was conducted and draft results were forwarded to the board of directors prior to this meeting for review. There is no direct impact, but obviously will give us the most updated reserve studies so that going forward, we can execute any and all of the projects with those numbers and understanding where our reserve funding is at. This has been provided to the board and all that information. Do I have a motion to adopt those reserve studies?
Motion. Second.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Paul. I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Thank you all very much. The next agenda item is the CCMC management contract. Background to the contract, the Inspirata Community Association's current management agreement with Capital Consultants Management Corporation, known as CCMC, is set to renew if approved today, effective August 1st, 2025. The proposed renewal is a 3-year agreement extending through August 1st, 2028. CCMC will continue to serve as the exclusive management agent for the association, providing comprehensive services, including general operations, fiscal and accounting management, administrative support, and risk management. The agreement outlines CCMC's responsibilities, limitations of authority, indemnification clauses, and compensation structure. It also includes provisions for dispute resolution, insurance requirements, and termination terms. The contract automatically renews annually unless terminated within 30 days notice prior to the anniversary date. The monthly fee is $11,178.50 for the master, and overall benefited areas would be $2,058.40, totaling, but you have a different total there, so I will tell you the total. The total comes out to $158,832.80. To add additionally information to the board, currently right now it is $161,584. That is the current budgeted amounts for the master and the benefited areas. Staff recommendation is approval of the 3-year renewal of the management services contract with CCMC, citing our continued performance, institutional knowledge, and alignment with the association's operational needs. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Stephen. I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Next up is the opening and reading of the bids for the holiday decorations. The board will consider action to approve holiday decorations vendor for the community. Requests for proposals and sealed bids were sent to Holiday Decorations and Property Pros, 2 companies. You have additionally your information here of the budgeted amounts that are for each of these areas. And I will kick it off to Elijah, who will go through the bids that we received.
Okay, we'll start off with the holiday decorations of the company who provided the decorations last year, the year before. We have our master, total amount for $33,884.93. We have our Altera, gated community at $4,443.27. We have a Scala at $1,632.14. We have our park community at $2,983.57. And we have our Porta de Ferro at $2,620.75. We have our terraces at $938.50. We have Milano at $2,103.64. Estates at $1,781.82. And our Toll Brothers Clubhouse at $2,660.68. Our next bid is for Property Pros. They gave us a master total amount of $82,368. Altera at $10,129.50. Escala, $3,492. Park at $5,071.50. Porta de Ferro at, Porta de Ferro at $5,071.50. And then we have terraces at $1,512. Milano at $5,292. Estates at $4,284. And Toll Brothers Clubhouse at $1,804.50.
That is the only two.
Those are the two companies we sent it to.
What was the total on holiday? Do you have a total on?
Holiday, for the total?
Yes.
Sorry.
What I'll speak to, as he's totaling that up is on your cover sheet that you have there with the breakdown of all the areas. Holiday Decorations, is the company that we used last year. That's the one who bid and seems to be obviously a basic math, the lowest or less than the other one. And what we have budgeted for is $61,308 for the total. And the master for the other company is 82,000 itself.
Yeah.
And from experience with holiday decorations, they do many associations and businesses throughout the entire valley.
We're at $53,049.30. That's for holiday decorations. Total.
Would you like the total for the other one?
No.
I asked.
I mean, the master's already 20,000 over.
Yes.
So, I move we accept holiday for the holiday lighting.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you. Zach, second. All in favor of approving holiday decorations for, tell me the number again, Elijah? Do we have?
$53,049.30.
$29.30. So we have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Next is opening and reading of the bids for the repainting of the streetlights, gates, and fences in the benefited service areas. The board will consider action to approve repaint of gates, streetlights, and fences in service in all of the service areas. Requests for proposal seal bids were sent to All Pro Painters, M2 Painting, and M2 Painting and Waterproofing, and Empire Painting and Drywall LLC. The service areas budget, per the reserve studies and budget, is $38,850. This is planned work that is reserve monies to be used for this. Elijah, if you're able to break down, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 companies. Three companies?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry, 3 companies, yes.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start off with All Pro Painters. And this is the repainting of wrought iron fencing, gates, vehicle gates, and or streetlights. So we're gonna start off with Altera. Altera is the wrought iron fencing, gates, and streetlights. That's for $8,928. Escala, it's for the vehicle gates, shade structure, and streetlights. $12,227. Park, just the streetlights, $6,803. Porter and Farrell, it's for the wrought iron fencing, crash gates, that's at $10,210. Terraces, it's the wrought iron fencing, gates and vehicle gates, that's at $17,250. Milano is the wrought iron fencing, gates and streetlights at $11,620. With a total of $56,838. The next one we have is M2. And for Altera, we have a total amount of $2,895. Escala, $4,920. Park, just streetlights, $5,220. Porter de Ferro, $5,090. Terraces, $3,865, and Milano at $5,490, for a total of $27,880. Property pros, we have. Sorry. All right, the first one we have is Altera at $12,700. Escala at $17,200. Park at $9,700. Porter de Ferro at $12,900. Terraces at $19,200. Milano at $14,200.
I feel like these are.
At $85,900 total.
Yeah, I feel like these are all over the board. Can we
Yes.
make a motion that you kind of put these into a table?
Yeah.
Send us copies and then we can vote via an email at a later date. I would really like to look at quantities and just make sure they're apple to apple. Yeah, definitely. It would just be a really long drawn out discussion right now.
Yes. Understandable. So if I could have a motion to direct management to put together a spreadsheet, a comparison spreadsheet that will be sent to the board for consideration at a later time.
Yes.
Second. Just a discussion on that, could you add a postscript to also do maybe a look at quality of other projects that they've worked on?
If you'd like to
Yes.
speak to that at this time, at least, Elijah, you can
Yes.
share with them.
M2, they recently done the common areas. In our master account, we did a lot of repainting of the stucco structures. The entrances here, a couple other areas throughout. I think Empire and All Pro Painters, they've done some work prior to me being here, but this has been some time ago.
That's fine.
Question. We'll put that together, thank you. And our last agenda item that we have here is the community center consideration. Background is the Inspirada community has consistently expressed a growing need for a larger, more functional community center. The current space at Solista is no longer adequate to support the volume of resident activities, events, and meetings. feedback from residents along with a January 2025 community survey. Highlights strong interest in expanded indoor space for gatherings, fitness, educational programs, and social events. Survey results show that most residents support the construction of a new community center, particularly if it does not increase the assessments. Many residents emphasize the importance of indoor amenities, rentable event space, and the central hub for community engagement. While some concerns were raised about cost, funding, and usage, their overall sentiment reflects a desire for the board to seriously consider moving forward with planning. Staff recommendation is staff recommends that the board formally consider the development of a new community center and begin evaluating potential funding models, find options, and community engagement strategies. I know what part of this was that the new Henderson Fieldhouse that's being created and the different elements that play into that and what impact when that gets finished in fall of 2026. To just share with the board, that proposed project has 160,000 square feet, which is a 2-level facility with the following features: 4 basketball courts that convert into other court uses such as volleyball, 2 hybrid turf fields for sports like indoor soccer, box lacrosse, and indoor football, birthday party and community rooms, family entertainment to potentially feature bowling, laser tag, arcade games, and food and beverage space. As I said, that it's expected to open and it's already broken ground fall of 2026. Is open to the board for any discussion that you'd like.
I would like to accept the staff's recommendations, beginning with the sentence, and I would put it into a motion and then let discussion. There's a second. That the board begin evaluating the potential funding models, design options, and community engagement strategies. And that a subcommittee of the board be formed to work with management to make sure that these are brought back to the board and to the community in a timely fashion.
So there's a motion on the table. I have a first. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. Management will be tasked with working on options to be able to provide to the board prior to the next meeting. Great, we've finished all of the agenda items. We are now on to the closing homeowner forum. We did receive prior to the meeting, which homeowners were able to submit their comments that are applicable to this second homeowner forum. We did receive 4 different comments. One of them requesting for a 4-way stop or stoplight installed at Via Novilla and Via Centro intersection. Their concern is based on how many people are going through that stop sign at that location. Another comment that we had is there possibility of getting a grocery store close to us besides Albertsons? I'm sure there would be a lot of raise of hands in that request. From there, the next comment that we got was Inspirata Community Association has a strict no fireworks policy. The individual did not feel that the policy was enforced, that there were many locations where fireworks were going off specifically, and that community control should be in certain areas where they happen more frequently. The last comment that we received, why someone's making the decision behind replacing all the concrete on the streets around the new development. It seems like perfectly good concrete that's being ripped up and replaced. If those funds are coming from HOA dues and fees, then it seems like we're better allocated for something else that is not us that's doing that. It's the city. With that being said, all of these individuals will receive responses in regards to their questions. We will be contacting them. Are there any comments from anybody online?
Anyone online?
No comments. I will turn it over to homeowners that are here. I'll start on the left and we'll work our way across if that's fair. Sir, please.
Question, the winning bid for the holiday decorations, what, that amount represents, what amount of increase, percentage of increase over last year's?
You mean as far as the decorations,
Yeah,
it's the same exact decorations that we had.
no, it's not in the cost.
That's less.
What did we pay last year?
Well, the amount that was approved for was $53,049.30, and we budgeted for $61,308.
And what did we pay last year?
I don't have that number
Yeah,
offhand.
It probably was.
I would assume that if we budgeted for that, there wouldn't have been a great increase. I couldn't say for sure, but there generally wouldn't do a great increase. You would keep it somewhat in line with that. And it is the exact same decorations as what we did last year.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
How much do you anticipate this community center costing? Just ballpark.
I don't believe that there's even the ability at this time to be able to say a ballpark. Because all of the different pieces of the puzzle that need to go into that community center, whether we're speaking of gym, aerobics room, offices. Your basics that you would have into a community center itself, we'd have to get an understanding of scope, size, square footage. From that standpoint, so we're in the very earlier stages of that reality. And then, of course, this will be something that the board will visit several times along this path. It will not be something where it's one meeting, it will be many meetings. There will be communication to homeowners in regards to the progress and the progression of it all. And at the end of the day, obviously, funding for all of this and the amount of monies that we currently have right now that could potentially be used will be considered by the board in respects to what makes the most fiscal sense if the board so chooses to move forward with wanting to do a community center. That is a finalized piece of item. You're welcome.
I've been here 7 years and we approached this community center previously. And the reason it couldn't get approved was we didn't have enough people saying yes. So are you gonna go through all this work and spend money and still not have the community saying yes? So will we still need over 50% of the people here to say yes? Or can you approve it without?
We can approve it without. We felt we got a decent return on this last survey.
Right,
Of
but
course,
we didn't
there's
get-
more than double the residents today that we did
Years
6
ago.
years ago. So I think we feel more confident in the responses we got with the number of homeowners that live here now and the limited amount remaining to even still come into the association, because we're almost maxed out.
Right.
And we don't really see any other additional annexable areas coming in. So
But I guess then I don't understand what happened years ago when they said we didn't get over 50 and we can't do it.
well, a lot of that was also because there was just not enough money. There was I think it was really a pipe dream with the size and the amenities being proposed back then. And there was also, the infrastructure wasn't there. You know, you could have been, back then, would have been an additional $1 million of infrastructure that today, because of all the construction that's happened around the areas that we're looking at, that now maybe your infrastructure cost is $100,000, not $1 million. You know, it just was not feasible back then
Oh, okay.
so. I think today you're in a much better position.
Thank you. And as we sell homes and we garner more working capital, that's afforded the opportunity to have more money accordingly. as we move
Zach's done a
forward.
great job investing.
Yes. Yes, you have, sir. Anybody on this side? Please.
Just wonder what
Sir.
percent complete, is this product, do we know, I mean, 80%, 85, 90%?
90,
We're really
95%.
Yeah, I think the biggest
too technical.
add-on was the Lennar
Lennar-
parcel that we were
Lennar
not
was there.
sure of, and that's gonna add, was it 200 or 250 more homes?
250.
250 additional homes.
I'm reading somewhere on the website, that when we get 90%, they gotta do another election and replace the TV.
Yeah, that's the end of this year.
End of this year is when that's planned?
Yep.
We're looking at the end of this year, so if anyone would like to be on the board.
Yes, it will be a 7-member homeowner board.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, yeah, you will finally get rid of us.
No.
Let you live here.
Sir,
One of the,
Something to be considered at the pools. As well, we have a very young community with a lot of kids. So if you go to the pool, there's only, at least in Aventura Park, there's only 6 sheltered spots. And if one person sits at a 4-seater, that has shelter, a family of 4 or 5 that comes with young kids, they're stuck out in the sun. I believe there's plenty of space to add a couple of 2-seaters with shelter. Something to be considered for next year.
thank you.
First time, yeah. Teacher and me wrote like a letter, that's okay if I can read it, otherwise I won't get all my thoughts and comments, is that all right?
Feel free.
Okay, so, my name is Lori, and I'm been a proud resident of Entrada since 2008. I also had the privilege of working at Ellis Elementary, where I taught, first grade for many years there. My family and I love this community so much, and we are deeply invested in it and share being a part of it. I live in the Milano Cortana collection of the Toll Brothers community. That's been bringing up the pool, and I'd like to bring the attention to growing concern for the pools in our neighborhood. Unlike every other Toll Brothers section in this master plan community, ours was developed without a community for shared space. This has created a noticeable gap in access, especially during peak summer months where amenities are most needed. When we built our home, we were informed that we would not have access to this pool, which is understandable. But we're told that if a new Toll Brothers community were developed, we might have the opportunity to use their money. But despite the construction of the Vista Marmarin community, we're not able to access that. The main pools, as we said, in the community are often crowded, which presents challenges for families and their children. We've also experienced issues such as aggressive behavior, frequent closures, limited options during peak hours. Given that our Cortana Milano is relatively small and many homeowners have private pools, we believe that, I believe that extending the access to the Vista Marmarin pool would have minimal impact. I just respectfully ask your consideration to allow residents of Brunello, Cortana Milano to access that pool. Doing so would not only create a sense of equity, but also help alleviate some of the pressure on the main shared pool, making the experience more enjoyable for everyone. I understand that to implement this is not easy, so if we could offer those Toll Brothers residents an option to pay an additional fee, and the HOA choose to access it, or implementing, the P card or another method to ensure responsible use. I just want to seek a solution that enhances the experience for all the families in our area.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So I haven't read it all down.
It is perfect. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Anybody else has any comments, any questions?
Four from Barbara.
Okay.
She said, do we know which lights the city of Henderson are targeting to replace? She said there were a bunch out in and around Salista. Have we made any progress on getting an independent arborist to review tree replacement decision? Will the city of Henderson video be available online later? It did not take during the last reading. Any progress on securing funding sources for a potential clubhouse? And she's curious about the courtesy notices. Are we no longer getting a detailed breakdown of how many homes are in each stage and how many homes are curing 5? Also, love the thank you letters. What a great way to build rapport with the homeowners and being proactive to preventing issues. Also, those two.
Thank you. Anybody else has any comments, questions? If there's no further comments or questions, I request a motion to adjourn.
I just wanted to give one, I don't know if it's already been talked about since the last board meeting. I don't even know if it has water in it. There is another pool coming online. Is that online?
Oh, yes, it's there.
It is Alice. It will be September.
Say, I know
After
it's,
summer.
I know it's really close.
The park, Josh, am I correct that the park itself, we have it a date
Yes.
We have a date where city officials will be here christening the park itself, but the pool will not be open at that time. When that happens, so
Right.
we're anticipating the pool side September.
It'll be
So-
before the next board meeting.
Yes, it should, as long, it's on their end, so as long as they're on schedule,
Yeah.
they will, then we'll be taking that over appropriately. So, yeah, so there will be a pool there,
Two pools.
2 pools.
Oh, is there two over there?
Oh, not pool and a family pool.
Nothing over there yet. Alrighty,
So,
so there you go, that's in Village 6, west side.
yes. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Please second.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, everybody.
Like that, signature.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff to sign.
It's Noel.
Sorry, Al.
Ever since I started.